It's a sheriff's badge. It must have flown out the smokestack like the cell key did. Yeah, I can use that. It's not too worn out considering the circumstances.
I'm so fucking angry. Oh. And now, I mean, who else can we possibly send on this potential suicide mission other than our maximum unit? The man who can bench press a boulder. Oscar.
Oscar?
What's up, Brian?
Your life has a new mission. I've spoken to Mama Dorita about this, and she fully agrees.
Well, what is it?
Oscar, you've been named the new sheriff of Douglasville.
Wow.
Please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Repeat after me. I promise to defend, with my life if necessary, the laws set down in the Constitution of this nation.
I promise to defend, with my wife if necessary, the laws down in that Constitution of this here nation.
And I swear I will do everything necessary to ensure that these laws are not violated and to pursue anyone who might attempt to break them.
And I swear I'll do things necessary to ensure them laws aren't violated and to pursue anyone who might attempt to break them.
Perfect. Oscar, I hereby officially name you Sheriff of Douglasville.
Dandy.
Sheriff Oscar, your first mission has already come in. Listen, you've got to go to...
Hey, what about my weapon?
What?
My sheriff's weapon. What kind of law enforcement official can I be without a weapon?
Yeah, you're right. Of course, your sheriff's weapon. Sorry, I forgot to bring that. I'll go get it. You wait here and I'll be back faster than you can say sheriff. Yes, I know the rifle Sushi shot me with when I got to Douglasville has to be around here somewhere. I know she won't mind if I take it.
You could ask her, she's literally right fucking there. Oh my
This is
god.
looking better. So you were saying? What is my first mission as sheriff?
We are duping and arming a man who clearly has learning difficulties of some type to take on a couple of heavily armed, proven killers. Are we the baddies?
Look, about 3 miles south of Douglasville, there's a couple of guys creating a ruckus and frightening the locals. You've got to stop them and lock them up in the Douglasville jail. But watch your step, partner. These guys are armed and dangerous.
Don't you worry, friend. In the penitentiary, they used to call me Terminator. I'm going after them.
Good luck.
I mean, if all else fails, you can beat them to death with the blunt
I'm sure
end.
you can do the job, Sheriff. Okay, the best thing to do would be to head for Douglasville and wait there until Oscar's completed his mission.
I mean, we could help him.
This window, I'll be able to see Oscar when he arrives. Here comes Gustav and Theodore's car. And Oscar is driving, so I guess everything went okay. Yes, he's pulling them out of the car, and he's tied them up hand and foot. What a tough dude! He's grabbed each of them by one arm and is dragging them into the jail.
We didn't have the budget to animate that.
He's so buff. I've got to tell Sushi.
Ah, Brian's Himbo genes are activating. I see an alpha. Gimme.
Sushi, good news!
Really? What is it?
Those cursed assassins are now locked away in the town jail.
But how did you manage that?
It was Oscar. I made him the town sheriff and gave him his first mission, to capture those 2 killers.
No way. You're unbelievable, Brian.
That big guy Oscar is unbelievable. By the way, I gave him your rifle so he could carry out his mission. You don't mind, do you?
No, that's okay. Plus, I won't be needing it anymore. Law and order have been brought back to town.
But seriously, this is all good, but it doesn't solve the real problem. Besides, we're not exactly the murdering types. And even if we were, all we'd achieve by eliminating Gustav and Fyodor is for the Sandrettis to send more killers after us.
Yep, you're right. We've got to think of something to free us of the Sandrettis for good.
You said it. You know what? I think I'll go and congratulate Oscar and get the pleasure of seeing those two thugs behind bars. Are you coming?
No, not right now. You go, and I'll keep thinking of a plan.
All right, see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay, well, I suppose at this point we've pretty much gone past the moral event horizon here. I suppose killing isn't a massive step, but it's still a step we're not willing to take. Oh, we are literally going to take. We're gonna show every single step taken to go from here to there. Lovely.
Oscar, good work. You managed to catch those two bad guys.
Thanks, but I was just doing my job. Those two bandits thought they could beat me with a little gun and some knives.
Yeah, they were really fooling themselves. You locked them up in the cell, right?
Yeah, the things they were carrying are in a jail bag on the desk in the office.
Perfect, Oscar. You're a real professional.
Just doing my work. By the way, Brian, from now on, would you mind calling me Sheriff?
Of course not. It would be a pleasure, Sheriff.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. I suppose he's happy, and he's done his job fairly well. Alright, let's go inside and help ourselves to what is almost certainly going to be a bunch of evidence from several crime scenes.
Hi,
Sure,
guys.
that's fine. They seem rather annoyed. Hello! You flat-top fuckface.
You're the moron behind all this?
Not as much of a moron as you, it seems. This time you've met your match, one would say. Wouldn't you, boys?
You mean that orangutan? He caught us off guard.
He didn't look dangerous with that silly face.
I'd watch my mouth if I were you. If Oscar hears you, I accept no responsibility for his actions.
You're some smart-aleck kid, but you're out of your league. Stop playing funny, boy. You're a dead man.
Yeah, deader than that corpse there behind you.
I don't think you should be threatening anyone at this point. You should be begging! And speaking of that guy back there, take a good look, because that's how you guys are gonna end up. What a waste of time talking to two killers.
Well, let's go and have a look at their
Shut
shit.
your trap, you Russian retard.
That's the bag Oscar left me. Inside are the things Gustav and Fyodor had with them.
Hey, I think I'm ready to re-enter
Okay.
society. Why
Examining
don't
the
you
stuff
let me
those two
out so
guys
I
were
can
carrying
integrate and
around may
start a
give
new
us some
life?
ideas.
The first thing I plan to do
The canvas
is
is
go
pretty worn
massacre
out,
your whole
but
family.
I don't think it'll tear.
By this time, the Sandrettis must be asking themselves why we haven't called in for 2 hours.
God fucking damn. Loud arseholes.
Let me take a look. A gun, 3 loaders, a few knives, brass knuckles, a couple of wallets, and a cell phone. Run-of-the-mill stuff.
Oh, alright. I guess show it to Sushi? There we go. I was going to say, please let me at least skip some of this. Oh, no, hang on. Do. Look at all this shit I found.
Sushi!
We can sell it on the black market. On the dark web.
Yes, Brian.
I brought you everything Gustav and Fyodor had on them. Maybe you can use it to investigate on the internet or something like that.
Man, this really is Erty Naughty's just thing. Internet. Do plot. Make happen. Yes, good.
Okay, as soon as I have time, I'll take a look at it. Leave it on the table for me, please.
All right, it's all inside a jail bag.
Okay.
Okay, guess I'll leave. Talk to Gina, I guess? Like, we are supposed to be. Like, I am like 3 lines down from the guide before we're done. Go back, it seems? Oh, the bag's gone, so I guess, yeah, we can talk to Sushi about that stuff now.
Sushi, sorry for disturbing you.
No problem.
Yeah?
Have you taken a look at Gustav and Fyodor's things?
Yeah, but I bet all their papers are fake. I haven't found any information on their past on the internet.
I used the Wayback Machine and everything.
Although, well, there is one thing I discovered. Gustav is a total movie fan.
Movie? How do you know?
While looking through his wallet, I found a season ticket to the Film Archives of New York. Can you believe it? That animal is a cinema lover. I don't want to imagine what his favorite films are. You know, movies are what I miss most since moving here. In Boston, I used to go 2 or 3 times a week.
You like movies? Oh, I do too. I'm a major movie freak.
Oh yeah? So tell me, who is your favorite director?
Am I supposed to just make a personal selection here? Okay, so the guide is telling me to pick some specific responses here. I mean, Spielberg's very schlocky, Woody Allen's kind of fun. I, honestly, for the life of me, cannot recall who these two fuckers are. And Hitchcock is fine? I mean, Spielberg does decent, entertaining schlock. Just, you know, AI and some of his more recent stuff has been a bit shockingly bad.
Steven Spielberg.
He's not one of my favorites, but I won't deny he's very talented. He's a hard worker and has directed some great films, of course.
What?
Getting back to our...
Who did you say was your...
So it's actually going to loop me back around until I say one that she likes. Fuck it, fine, Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
He's my favorite too. I know it's hard to pick since there are so many good ones, but which of his movies do you like best?
Apparently it's literally I have to pick these specific responses.
Bullets over Broadway.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. One of the few Woody didn't act in. It got a bunch of Oscar nominations, but I think it only received one. Diane Wiest for Best Supporting Actress.
And then it kicks me back. Okay. This is the final puzzle, basically. This is the final puzzle I have to solve, and it is just having a generic conversation about Woody Allen and a particular film. Like, there's no way you can possibly work out without just making mistakes.
Who did you...
So, Woody Allen...
I know it. Which of his...
And then Manhattan Murder Mystery.
Manhattan Murder Mystery.
I love that one. Do you remember the scene where... Hey, wait a minute. I think I've got an idea to solve all this. Just
Jesus!
for a minute here, but it should work. Wait, let me organize everything and then I'll explain.
But can't you tell me about your bright idea?
No, I'd rather make sure that we have everything we need first. Come back in an hour, okay?
That was so fucking
Like it's
contrived.
been an hour to me.
Feels like a fucking lifetime.
Well,
Let me explain. Remember how in Manhattan Murder Mystery they record the husband's voice in order to pretend that he makes a phone call later on?
No, but quite frankly at this point I don't care. Let's get this over with.
yeah, sure I remember.
My idea is to do something similar. We'll call the Sandrettis pretending to be one of the thugs. There's a cellular phone in Gustav and Theodore's safes. I've looked through it, and there's a number memorized as bosses, which is undoubtedly the number they call to report to the Sandrettis. We use a more sophisticated system than in the movie. A voice emulation program I downloaded once from a website called The Way Secret and Fully Invincible.
What would we achieve by calling the Sandrettis and pretending to be the thugs?
We'll make them suspect that Gustav and Theodore are intending to keep the cash for themselves.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. How do we do it?
You have to record the thugs' voices so I can enter samples into the program. It'll analyze them and create a filter which we can use on any voice to make it sound like the voice of those killers.
Program is that good?
Guaranteed. Meanwhile, you have to record Gina saying something like, "You lying murderer, you killed him and now you want to keep the money." Gina is on our side, so we can just use her voice. We don't need to emulate it. Got it?
Yeah, but are you sure this is gonna work?
Of course I am. Don't you worry. Just do your part and leave the rest up to me. There's an MP3 recorder on the table. Go get it and record those voices, please.
All right, I will.
Okay, don't take too long.
It's small and incredibly light.
Well, guess we're just repeating the same puzzle from the museum, but with a few more steps thrown in for the sake of it. Oh, God. Like, I fully appreciate that she's drawing inspiration from a film, and that's why she's doing this particular idea. We didn't need to checkpoint that behind a multiple-choice conversation where there is only one correct combination of responses to actually get us where we need to. You could have very easily just gone, oh, hang on a second, remember that film? And then they could have just organically had that conversation. We didn't have to have that. Fuck. So fucking mad.
Johnny?
What the fuck?
Posse, now you're gonna die.
Calm down. Go sleep. You must have been having a nightmare.
Yeah. Johnny was rising from his grave.
Prepare to die, you
There,
hussy.
there. It's all over now.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really not allowed to
Glad
use the
you're
strong language
saving
here, are
me,
we?
Johnny, you don't look so angry with me anymore.
Well, let's drop that. Listen, come up with a plan for us to keep the money and get rid of the Sandrettis forever. I need to record
Oh, so now you want to keep the
saying,
money now, Brian.
You awful killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
But what for? Explain it to me.
There's no time, Gina. Just trust me. Come on. Let's rehearse once before recording. Let me remind you of the sentence. You awful killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
You awful lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
That was pretty bad, Gina. When you lied to me, you did a much better job. Come on,
Ooh.
try again.
You
Deep
lying
fucking
killer.
cuts.
You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Better, but it still doesn't sound real. Try it once more.
You lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Well, it's no Oscar performance, but it'll do. Wait for me to start recording and say it again.
You lying killer. You killed him and now you want to keep the money for yourselves.
Okay, I'm leaving. There's no time to lose. Get ready. I'll come back for you shortly, and we'll go find the money.
Aren't you going to tell me your plans?
Later, I promise. Right now, I have to leave.
All right, but don't take long, please.
No, don't worry. See you soon.
See you.
What the fuck was that?
Now I've got Gina's part recorded. All I have left is to record Gustav and Theodore's voices so that Sushi can put the plan in motion.
Right, over here, over there, Douglasville,
Give it a rest,
in here.
One Eye.
Right.
If you're still hanging
Okay,
around,
let's
it's
do
'cause
it.
you haven't got the cash, huh? Looks like that old dog Johnny hit it pretty well.
Hi guys, how's it going?
What kind of game do you think you're playing, kid? Let us go now, and you might get out of this alive.
I'm starving. Aren't you going to feed us? Man, they get better treatment at Shawshank.
By this time, the Sandrettis must be asking themselves why we haven't called in for 2 hours. It won't take them long to send someone out looking for us. Get ready, you worm!
Hey, I think I'm ready to re-enter society. Why don't you let me out so I can integrate and start a new life? The first thing I plan to do is go massacre your whole family.
Bit strong.
Why
And
don't
then they
you
shake
shut
their
your
ass at me.
trap, you Russian retard!
Give it a rest, One Eye.
Come on, boys, don't argue. Cellmates are supposed to get along. Done. Now I have the voices of those two recorded.
Give it a rest, One Eye.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Boop, boop, boop. Sushi. Just yeet the MP3 player directly at her head. Faster, faster.
Hey, Sushi.
Hi. Did you get the recordings?
Yes, I have it all.
Excellent. Leave the recorder on the desk and give me an hour to organize everything.
Whatever you say. See you in an hour.
Bye.
Seems like it's been an hour to me.
I'm loving these fucking just flat cuts. Time
All
skip.
set?
All set. Look at this.
Brian, you're a bag of pond scum.
How does it sound?
Wonderful, Sushi. And you said I was unbelievable. You're the amazing one.
Well, it's no big deal. I ended up using Gustav's voice because he seemed like the thug leading the show. We'll make the call using my computer, but the computer has a system that will make them think they're receiving the call from Gustav and Theodore's cell phone.
This set brought to you by NordVPN.
I've also prepared the sample of Gina with a few touch-ups, including gunshot sound effects I added in. Let's go. I hope everything turns out okay.
I'm sure it will, Sushi. I trust you.
It's about time. What the heck is up?
We nabbed him.
Well, have you got any information out of him?
It's what we suspected, boss. Johnny told that floozy where the money was hidden before we did away with him.
I knew it. So, what about the cash? Do you have it back?
Bad news, Chief. The money's history.
What? What do you mean it's history?
Let me explain, boss. When we got here and found that bimbo and her little friend, we decided to follow them without them seeing us. You know, to see if they'd lead us to the cash.
And?
And it worked, boss. We followed them to an old abandoned mine. And apparently that's where Johnny hid the booty after the heist. We caught him by surprise exiting the mine with 2 huge trunks. But this stupid mule Theodore jumped the gun, as usual, and shot too soon.
You useless, incompetent donkey!
Theodore missed and they ran back into the mine. We chased after him and trapped him at the end of the mine shaft full of boxes. Boxes of dynamite, that is. I screamed at Theodore, "Don't shoot!" But that dimwit of a Russian had already fired a gunload of bullets. The whole place turned into an inferno in 1 second. We ran out and escaped from the mine by an inch.
Stupid morons.
The whole mine blew to bits with the floozy and that idiot inside. And the money, unfortunately. I'm sorry, boss. The way we left that place, there was no way to get the money out, and...
You lying killer. You killed him, and now you want to keep the money for yourself.
What was that? Gustav, you filthy rat! That was the girl who was screaming! Gustav! Gustav! You won't steal a cent from me!
Perfect. The seed has been sown.
Cool. Oh, and thanks for calling me an idiot.
I'm sorry, but it has to be credible.
It doesn't matter. This came off great.
It sure did. Excuse my lack of modesty, but I did a wonderful job here. And you don't even know about the icing on the cake yet.
What icing?
Listen, and try not to fall to the floor and kiss my feet. I hacked into a Swiss bank and created an account under Gustav and Theodore's names with a balance of $20 million. I printed up a receipt from the account and stuck it into Gustav's wallet. It's hidden well enough that he won't find it before the right time. Tomorrow, I'll instruct Oscar to take the killers out of the jail, blindfold them, and take them far away from here. I'll tell him to abandon them on some remote highway, but to make sure he gives them their stuff back first. Either I'm way off here, or the Sandrettis will soon find them. I wouldn't want to be in their skin when the Sandrettis find the receipt from the Swiss bank.
Simply brilliant, Sushi. You never cease to amaze me.
Fucking Sushi Ex Machina.
The only thing is, I'll have to lend Oscar the thug's car. I thought I'd use it myself to pick up Gina and go straight to the Mojave Bank before having a panic attack, but...
Oh, take it. It doesn't matter. Oscar can just take one of my Hummers tomorrow.
One of your Hummers?
Yeah, I have 3 in the barn, so that's all worked out. Anyway, let me tell you something. I hate goodbyes. I always end up in tears. So I'd rather just stay here by my computer instead of watching you leave, okay?
Thanks for everything, Sushi. I'll never forget you.
Goodbye, Brian. Please come back someday. And send me some email. My address is sushidouglas@hotmail.com.
Of course I'll write to you, Sushi. So long.
Farewell.
Sheriff, I've got a mosey. I've got an urgent mission elsewhere. I'm taking the prisoner's car, all right?
Sure. The keys are in the ignition.
About those 2 guys in there, just follow Sushi Douglas's orders. She's the mayor of Douglasville.
I'll do that.
See you soon, Oscar.
Adios, amigo.
Godspeed, you absolute fucking unit of a man. You are truly the best of us. I expected him to just clip Sushi as you walked out and just fucking nail him.
Goodbye, Brian.
We'll miss you.
He was gay, wasn't he, man?
It's amazing how Sushi put all the pieces together, isn't it? She's an amazing girl. I picked up Gina at Mama Dorita's house. Her leg had almost totally healed, so we headed for the Mojave Bank. We got there at dusk. That wouldn't be a problem. Sushi made sure it was the kind of bank where customers can do transactions at any time of day. We were pretty scared, but it turned out getting the money was simpler than we expected.
Ew. Did they just put the heart of a small sun in here? Wait, there are individual vaults for every account.
Can you believe it? There I was, driving a car stolen from a bunch of murderers with a beautiful woman at my side and 20 million bucks in the trunk. Las Vegas was close by, so we headed that way. We ditched the car and checked into a luxury hotel. Throwing caution to the wind, Gina insisted we get the best room in the hotel, the honeymoon suite, obviously for newlyweds. So, we signed in under bogus names, pretending we just got hitched. Let me tell you guys, that sure made up for the bad days I've had. Gina and I, well, let's just say we had time to get more up close and personal.
We get it, the gay thing was supposed to be a joke.
One morning when we went down to breakfast, we read in the newspaper that 2 guys' bodies had shown up, riddled with bullets in a New York alley. Their description left no room for doubt. It was definitely Gustav and Fyodor. They didn't give any further information in the paper, but I can imagine what went down.
Stop lying, you leeches. Where's the money?
I swear we don't have it, Don Roberto. That tramp's little friend is smarter than we thought. He framed us.
So what about that telephone call?
I never made that call, Don Roberto.
You filthy mutt. Do you think I can't recognize your scratchy, betraying voice, you cellar rat?
We aren't lying, Don Carlo. We would never betray you guys. Roberto, perhaps they aren't deceiving us. Gustav and Fyodor are our best men, and they've always been loyal.
I know, Carlo. I know. But unfortunately, loyalty comes at a hefty premium these days. And I guess losing it for $20 million isn't a bad deal. So let's see if your faithful boys have an explanation for this. It was tucked away very nicely in Gustav's wallet.
Hey, you scumbags! Hey, nobody laughs at Carlos Andretti to his face. No, Don Carlo, don't.
Well. Oh, man!
Hey! Damn it, Carlo. If they're dead, we'll never get back the money.
I don't care. We got more than enough dough. The most important thing is that nobody else will be enjoying our money.
Well, that's
Everything turned
incredibly
out
convenient.
all right after all. And frankly, I felt no remorse for those two killers. I was just sorry the Sandrettis didn't get what they deserved too. Anyway, even though it was unlikely that the Sandrettis would follow up on the matter, it was safer for Gina to take a long vacation where nobody'd recognize her. The Cayman Islands seemed like the perfect place. Gina insisted I go with her, but well, look, I just couldn't. I'd worked so hard to earn my chance to study at Berkeley. I couldn't just throw it all away.
Ah, good man. Put your education first. I think I don't see you over there. Oh, no. Just boobs everywhere, I guess.
We made it. Brian, are you sure you don't want to come with me?
No, Gina.
No, unlike these road markings, I shall not yield.
I worked really hard to be able to come here, and I can't just let it all go by the wayside.
Whatever you want. I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you, too. But it's for the best. This is where I belong.
You could always take a year off and then...
That wouldn't work. Be happy, Gina. See you soon.
I'd be happier with stubborn old you. Goodbye.
I said begone, thought!
Why do I feel like a total idiot?
Brian, I'm gonna be with you on this. Fucking seriously, woman! Get
What
lost!
did you forget now?
Well, something tells me you're dying to come with me.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Am I right?
Maybe, but what about you?
What about me?
Are you dying for me to go with you?
Of course. You know that's silly.
Well, now that I think about it, Berkeley's been here for over 100 years, so I guess it can wait 1 year more.
And then Berkeley burned down in a mysterious hospital fire. God damn it, Brian. You had your one opportunity to get a steady career in a prestigious university, but no, tits. Tits overpower everything else, apparently. Oh, you fucking waste of space. The fucking sunglasses. Oh, I will give it to the game. This is so knowingly cheesy, I can't really get that mad at it. And then it became GTA 2. Like, is this the credit sequence? Because there's no credits. We're just watching them drive along the Golden Gate Bridge. Which is, you know, it's visually interesting, but it's literally just them driving on a bridge. We could be using this to get the credits going, guys. This is very much what you should be. Okay, we're getting there. There we go. Oh, that was almost certainly a result of someone rendering that final cutscene and then realizing, fuck, I'm supposed to put the credits over that. Shit. We can't spend another, like, God, at the time must have been like another solid 12 hours re-rendering that, so cool, we'll just run the whole thing and then stick the credits at the end. So that was it, that was Runaway, a road adventure, and, I mean, this kicked off a franchise. Runaway theme song performed by Liquor. Definitely got me through it, I'll say that much. Oh, but yeah, no, this is a game that revitalised the studio, and it's got good reviews, and I can understand why. It's very much aware of how cheesy and over the top it is, and it's leaning into that rather than trying to kind of be quite dry and step away from it. It still commits a few cardinal sins, and I've got a real good hunch that final scene at the bank was actually supposed to be like a final chapter. But the way this all got... Fuck me, sorry, no, someone just blew up the backing band. But yeah, it feels very much like they had to, like, just rush the ending and get everything done to ship. So yeah, not a bad game, but very much a odd one. And yeah, let's be respectful of people when they have a game dedicated to them.
Surprised, aren't you? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Ryan's the kind of geek who'd rather be studying at Berkeley than to party with a hot girl. Well, I admit I almost did. But at the last minute, I heard a little voice say something I heard in a movie a long time ago. In the film, the main character reaches the conclusion that there are times in life when you have to know when to say... What the heck?
Hey, darling, can you rub some lotion on my back?
Of course, dear. I'll be right with you. Well, friends, now I must bid you farewell. As you can see, duty calls. I hope I haven't bored you too much with this little adventure story. So, I'll be seeing you real soon, okay?
Brian, are you coming?
Yep. So, like I said, friend, see you soon.
Oh, fuck's sake. Brian, who have you been talking to for the last 7 hours? Oh, nothing, honey. I'm having a psychotic episode. Oh. This game brought to you by the power of horny wish fulfillment. And the Spanish. So, basically, one equates typically to the other. Is there any more? It's just a black screen. Hello? Nope, that was it. Alright, cool. Thank you very much for watching, and getting through all of this with me. It was weird. It had some brilliant moments. It had some pretty fucking atrocious moments. But overall, this was good. It's very much something that's now put the other games onto my radar, and I'll probably check them out later. I will probably take a bit of a break from point-and-click adventure games after doing this, just because you do too many of these and you start to just get into like a really unpleasant formulaic approach to these games, and I'd much rather come into each one fresh and admittedly more perplexed than entertained. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all at a later date. Have a great one.